Why didn't the Roman Empire have tried to conquer the Chinese Empire of its day? The Romans would have failed for a few reasons. Even at Rome's peak, they are still around 3,301 kilometers away from China. Han Dynasty was far too populated for Rome to effectively subjugate, having a population of more than 20 million people. The Romans would have had to cross through Parthia, which would make sending efficiently supply chains to Roman soldiers fighting in China pretty much impossible. The geography of China would make it especially difficult for a Roman invasion, considering that China had plenty of deserts, forests and mountains. For comparison, look at Rome's failed conquest of Germania, which was right next to Rome, much less organized than the Han Dynasty and very forested, much like China. It would be very hard for Rome to use one of its biggest strengths, which is its naval force, which would be pretty much impossible to get to China. If you notice, Rome is very far away from China. Rome would have had to conquer Parthia, at least in order to stand a chance of sending up a good invasion of China. And even then, that would likely fail due to the distance between the two empires. Even if Rome conquered as much as Alexander the Great and had territory in Central Asia and northern India, it's still not likely that Rome would have been able to conquer China. At most, Rome and China would fight to a stalemate, with neither side able to get a decisive victory, similar to what happened during the Roman-Persian Wars, although in all likeliness the Romans probably would have retreated after realizing how hard it would be to conquer China. It would be like if the US tried to invade India in 2022. The US would face logistical issues due to how far away India is and due to the difficult supply chain. So likely the same thing would happen if Rome tried to invade China, or vice versa. It's far more likely that if Rome had got into direct contact with China, that they likely would have traded with them for silk, gold, etc., rather than go to war with them.